The environment plays an important role in the biopsychosocial development of an individual. As we have discussed in class, the brains of individuals in their early childhood have quadrillion neuronal connections, which basically makes children capable of learning as they experience life minute to minute. This also means that children are more susceptible to long-lasting effects when exposed to adverse childhood experiences such as abuse, neglect, trauma, poverty, and war. This video will be discussing the impact of poverty on brain development of children and the consequential effects on academic success. As seen in Rosenzweig and Bennett's research, rats reared in enriched environments had increased brain volume in their post-mortem autopsies when compared to rats in deprived environments. 1.3 billion people around the world are living under multidimensional poverty. Multidimensional poverty is the acknowledgement that although a person's income might be above the poverty line, their family lives under circumstances that basically involves no electricity, no access to proper toilets, no clean drinking water, and no one in the family who has completed more than 6 years of school. The longer a child lives in poverty, the greater their academic deficits are. The researchers hence aim to investigate the impact of poverty on brain development and the impact the same has on academic achievement. A community-based sample was adopted from the National Institute of Health Registry. The sample included 389 typically developing children and adolescents belonging to 6 different sites around the United States. This basically means that the researchers used data that was already being collected by the institute and used it for the purpose of their research. A longitudinal approach was used and data was collected from 2001 to 2007. A complete sociodemographic analysis was conducted along with MRI scans every 24 months. Additionally, scores on cognitive and academic achievement assessments were collected for all of the participants. The areas of interest for the researchers when comparing the MRIs was the total brain matter, the frontal lobe, temporal lobe, and hippocampus. A term I want us to be familiarized with before we discuss the results is the federal poverty level. The federal poverty level in the United States is basically the annual income of a family that allows the government to cut off whether they become eligible for extra support and care, such as Obamacare. So if they live under the federal poverty level, they become eligible for this extra support. Going back to the results, several structural differences were found associated with school readiness skills. Participants living under 1.5 federal poverty level had 3 to 4 percentage point deficits in brain gray matter volume. So if the federal poverty level is $20,000 per year for a family unit, these participants were basically earning or had a family unit that was earning $30,000 per year. So these were the participants who lived under $30,000 per year. Even more significant results were found in people who were living under the federal poverty level. Let's say that is 20,000. So basically these families or individuals belonging to these families were living under $20,000 per year. They found that there was an 8 to 10 percentage point deficit in brain gray matter volume in these group of individuals. So on an average, it was found that the low income households had children and adolescents who were scoring 4 to 7 points lower on standardized tests. A lot of implications can be made from the results that this research obtained because it only suggests that people living under poverty should be supported more and provided more resources, because it goes on to adding on to a vicious cycle wherein these individuals who aren't able to keep up academically don't get into universities, who then also do not get appropriate or suitable enough job opportunities. And then that goes on to also affecting the amount they earn and are able to provide their family and their children, who then will go on to continue living in poverty. I hope this video was helpful in understanding the effect poverty has on brain development and the possible impacts it has on academic achievement